Good morning, Ralph Moody with Thursday Thoughts, and we're on part 2 of Delegation. And if you remember, last week we spoke about part 1, which is all about identifying the right people for the right job. Part 2 is clearly stating our expectations. We must do that. We must clearly state our expectations, what we expect from them and what we expect them to do. First of all, we must clearly state what it is we want them to do. So if we delegate and work to someone, we've got to clearly state. Now, I know that sounds simple, but sometimes people make things very confusing. So don't be too grey, be specific and make sure people understand. Check understanding by asking questions. Then within that, after the what, they need to know why they're doing it. This is all part of motivation. We must motivate our people, and we motivate really powerfully by intrinsically motivating them, by telling them why they're doing it, what's in it for them. Then the final thing is when it's got to be done by. Now, be very careful here. Make sure you give a clear deadline. And if you want any areas for checking up, then make sure they come to you, not the other way around. You don't want to be running around after people. There is another area which I think is very important in delegation, and that is how it's done. Now, if you're delegating or work to someone, they may not have a clue. So you may have to explain how it's done. This is where I'm a massive believer that managers should also be trainers. So if you haven't got training skills, make sure you gain them. So that's stage 2, clearly state our expectations. Look forward to seeing you next week.